Hello everyone and welcome to another fine episode of Story Time with Your Ass Is Mine. So sit back, relax, enjoy the music. Fred? Yes sir. There's a problem with the music. We don't have any music. What the fuck kind of crackpot operation are you running here? Anyways, here he is. What's going on, everybody? Yes, due to budget constraints, we had to cut back on the music. But enjoy this double failure of the Skeleton Lords on Dark Souls 2. While I tell you a fine story to brighten your day because mine is worthless. So this story goes back to my military days, like most of them do, because I'm not a ruffian like I used to be. I'm more of a chilled out and relaxed individual than I was in my early days. But this story involves when I got thrown into correctional custody. And the name employs exactly what you're thinking it is. Correctional custody is almost like jail. In fact, it was in the jail, the Naval Brig in Pensacola, where I was serving my time. Let's say that. Wasn't actually jail, but it was in the jail. Does that make sense? Like we could run out and do PT off of the jail site? Whatever. Moot point. But, how it happened? Well, when I was stationed in Gulfport, Mississippi, where the station is down on the water, obviously, but it's on the beach, and right next door to it, on the other side of the fence around the station, was the Rice Pavilion and Jones Park. I believe it was Jones Park. Correct me if I'm wrong. Anyways, well, they used to have the fair there. And there's one year when they had the fair, some of the guys that were at the station, now see, I was on one of the boats. I was on the Coast Guard cutter Point Monroe at the time. And some of the guys at the station had a very hilarious idea. And they were shooting water balloons out of the window in the galley at the fair. People in line to get cotton candy. Hey, a water balloon just fell on my fucking head. What happened? Now, I knew nothing about this. But as part of our rounds towards the end of the evening, we had to go upstairs, and our office was upstairs in the station. We had to go up into the office and make sure it was locked and, check for any messages on the phone, stuff like that. So I'm doing my round, check the shed out back, and walk in the station, go upstairs, check the office, nothing on the phone. And this is like a Friday or Saturday night, I don't remember exactly. So, continue on, and I'm making my rounds, and I'm going down towards the galley, just get something to drink real quick. Had a Coke machine. So I go down there to get something to drink, and I see these dudes launching. It's one of these 3-man water balloon launchers. There's 2 dudes holding it up by the window, and 1 dude pulling it back. And they're just shooting water balloons. So they're like, "Hey, Nunley, come over here, get your shot in." Sure, it's like 10 o'clock at night. It's the worst that can happen, right? So as I got this thing pulled back, I launched a couple. I'm getting ready to launch another. I'm pulling it back, and I feel a tap on my shoulder. I turn around, and it's my commanding officer, Mr. Jones. He looks at me, he goes, "Nunley, the hell are you doing?" I said, I didn't have an answer. I did not have an answer. I said, He said, "Well, who's watching the boat?" He said, "Because I went down there and nobody was on it." I said, "Well, I came up to make my rounds and got caught up in the action." He said, "Come with me." He immediately pulled me off duty, called somebody else into stand duty, so now somebody else is pissed at me, and confined me to the boat for the night. The next day, processes start. They write me up. And for this little ditty, they got the captain of the New Orleans group, who is an actual captain, which is an 06, if I remember correctly, in the Coast Guard. So he's a high ranker, okay? He has a lot more power than what my CO did, and my CO was only an 03. That's a lieutenant. So they massed me, go to captain's mast, which is basically like a trial. Now, there were no witnesses except for the guys at the station. I mean, they didn't know anything, and where I really fucked up is I gun decked the logs to make him think that I had done something I didn't. And boy, did it bite me in the ass. I received 30 days of correctional custody, which is just a blast, as you guys can imagine. My life is just a fucking joke. Thanks for watching.